Hey, what's up, my Earthlings and beings? It's Rod D of Orange Ninja News, where news is what we do. This news talk, and we're going to talk about it. All right. Well, I want to talk about the Perseverance rover because a lot of people, I think, don't know that the reason that the Mars rover is called Perseverance is because if anything was to happen to the Earth, if we have a Mars colony that can preserve the human life, say like a giant asteroid or the sun flare or something going supernova. I mean, there's so many different scenarios that could actually happen, and we already looking at global warming and such. So, I mean, it's just in case if anything go wrong with the planet, you already have a colony off world, then you can preserve humans' life. So that's why the Mars mission is really, really important, and that's why the Mars rover is called the Perseverance. So now you know. Yeah, so I want to get into just some of the different news stories of the day, and I was going to talk about the dumbing down of America. Some of the more I guess you could say somewhat idiotic news, but I'm gonna say that for the next time because I'm really not in the mood for that. Sometimes you just have to be in the mood for some of the stupid stuff, and you have to think, man. Here in the U.S., we have like some really highly intelligent people, and then we have like the I don't know, trying to say it nicely, like the really some people that just be on some real stupid. It's just weird. The yin and yang. You got the really smart and the really stupid together. It's the yin and yang, two parts of the same coin. And yeah, I ain't gonna talk about all that today. The dumbing down of America. So that's a video you look forward to. That'll be next time. And if you haven't checked out my video on time management, basically I call it having your personal time machine, and I go through a real good time management secret, how to best utilize your time, and techniques, and some real intelligent quotes about how to utilize your time and get the most out your day so it can be as productive as you need to be to get to your goals and complete different goals in your life that you set for yourself. So I mean, it's a pretty deep video, and yeah, it's got a real good technique. If you want to know the secret of how a lot of the successful people stay successful and get their goals done and stay focused, it's there for you. So check that video out. I want to plug that video, get some more views on that one, because I really went in on there, and it's a real tight video. So check it out. It's called Your Personal Time Machine. Okay, well, with that said, we're going to get into today's news. Well, I tell you what, the Hubble telescope never ceased to amaze. They got some new pictures from it over on NASA TV. You go to their website for NASA TV if you want to check it out, and they're looking at a different galaxy, the NGC 2336, and it says it is the quintessential galaxy, big, beautiful, and blue. The Barr Spiral galaxy stretches an immense 200,000 light years across and is located approximately 100 million light years away in the northern constellation of Camelopardalis, the giraffe. The spiral arms glitter with young stars visible in their bright blue light. In contrast to the rather central part of the galaxy is dominated by older stars. And yeah, that's just the thing with the stars, where whenever you see the blue stars in space, that's because they're the young stars. It's always they start off with more of a blue color, so the blue stars are young stars, and the red stars, of course, are the older stars, the ones that basically getting ready to go out. But that's billions of years. You know what I'm saying? That stars live, so yeah, that's billions of years. It's not like something that's quick or anything. And I was just thinking that just like our flag, red, white, and blue, you have actual red stars and blue stars in the sky, and the white light from the sun. I mean, it's just, yeah, it just makes some beautiful pictures. But the fact that we use red and blue in our flag also, does that kind of correlate to the stars? And then we have stars on our flag. So yeah, I think so. I think it was looking into the sky, looking at the constellations and stuff like that when they was thinking that up. But it's pretty deep. Okay, now NGC 23 NGC 2336 was discovered in 1876 by German astronomer William Temple using a 0.28 meter, that's 11-inch telescope. This, and the image I put on here from the Hubble telescope, it's a lot clearer. Of course, you know that Hubble telescope is way more stronger than the telescope he was using. Hubble's main mirror is 2.4 meters. That's 7.9 feet across, nearly 10 times the size of the telescope Temple used in 1987. And it says NGC 2336 experienced a type supernova, the only observed supernova in the galaxy since its discovery 111 years earlier. So, yeah, we already know that once a star lived out his life, it goes supernova. But of course, that's billions of years, nothing that we would have to worry about with our sun, because it wouldn't be around anyway. Man will probably be all through space within that time, billions of years from now, you know. Yeah, so let's get into the next story. Now, I'm looking at a news report from CNN, and they're talking about China's Navy, and as a veteran of the U.S. Navy, I find this story very interesting. It says China has built the world's largest navy. Now what's Beijing going to do with it? That's very interesting. What are they going to do with the world's largest navy? Yeah, I just find that funny that they'll be like, yeah, China has the world's largest navy. What are they going to do with it? Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. What are they going to do with it? Take over the world? Take over the #1 spot? That's that's my guess. Why would you need the world's largest navy? Unless you want to get ready for your #1 spot. Okay. Let's see. In 2018, Chinese President Xi Jinping donned military fatigues and boarded a People's Liberation Army Navy destroyer in the South China Sea. Spread out before him, that April day was the largest flotilla communist-ruled China had ever put to sea at one time. 48 ships, dozens of fighter jets, more than 10,000 military personnel. For Xi, the country's most powerful leader since Mao Zedong, the day was a waypoint to a grand ambition, a force that will show China's greatness and power across the world's 7 oceans. I'm reading that, I'm thinking also about the that land dispute, as far as like, China had built a couple of islands, and that was being disputed because it's over there. Well, it's in the ocean, it's in the middle of nowhere, but you have other countries that's like, oh, they can use that for a military advantage, and you have India, Japan, and some of the other countries saying they don't want China building their own islands out there. But okay, let's get into it. The task of building a powerful navy has never been as urgent as it is today, Xi said that day. China was already in the midst of a shipbuilding spree like few the world has ever seen. In 2015, Xi undertook a sweeping project to turn the PLA into a world-class fighting force, the peer of the United States military. He had ordered investments in shipyards and technology that continue at pace today. By at least one measurement, Xi's plan has worked. At some point between 2015 and today, China has assembled the world's largest naval force, and now is working to make it formidable far from its shores. In 2015, the People's Liberation Army Navy plan had 255 battle force ships in its fleet, according to the U.S. Office of Naval Intelligence. As of the end of 2020, it had 360, over 60 more than the U.S. Navy, according to an ONI forecast. 4 years from now, the plan will have 400 battle force ships, the ONI predicts. Go back to 2000, and the numbers are even more stark. China's Navy battle force has more than tripled the size in only 2 decades. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah. I mean, but at the same time, that's you can't blame them. It's like, you have to have a strong military force. They got a lot of investments all over the world, and they're doing their thing. Like right now, the U.S. with a world superpower, and they're #2, and they're moving up. So yeah, that's just the way things work. And I just thought that was interesting that we used to have the the largest naval force on the planet. And now China went to #1 on that aspect. For all the real Marvel fans, Den of Geek has done a little piece on the finale of WandaVision, and it's coming to an end. I don't know if you ever checked out that show WandaVision. I think it's pretty cool. I haven't watched much of it. I watched a little piece here and there, but it was a pretty good show. I mean, you have to really be into it because some stuff you wouldn't really get, but you got like the hardcore comic heads that can explain everything about it. Like, there's some stuff that they might not get into and you see a certain character, but they're part of the Marvel universe. So, if you're really into it like that, I'm saying, a lot of stuff wouldn't even have to be explained to you. And let's see, it says, thanks to Agatha's pronouncement last week, we already knew that Wanda was the legendary Scarlet Witch. And to me, I think everybody should have already known from the beginning that Wanda was the Scarlet Witch. I mean, she's there with Vision. Those two are from when you watch the other Marvel movies, the Avengers or whatnot, it was both on there. And yeah, so I just thought that was a gimme that everybody already knew. And let's see. But in a series finale, we see her fully embrace her chaos magic, right down to an amazing contemporary riff on her traditional comics costume. There's even a return of the mind control visions we saw her deploy to such great effect in Avengers Age of Ultron. Granted, we still don't know what all this power now means for her character in a larger sense, but to be fair, neither does she. Wanda's abilities, as displayed in this episode, are fairly tremendous, and she uses witch ruins to neutralize Agatha, wipes her mind, and brings down the hex she's built around Westview, freeing its residents. Oh, wait, hold up. So that's kind of like a spoiler alert if you haven't seen the finale. Matter of fact, I don't think I go too much into it anyway. I mean, I might have a real Marvel head get mad at me. Oh, spoiled the whole finale for me. Yeah, so I better not go too far into that one. But yeah, it's an article by Den of Geek. Yeah, so let's see what else we got. Well, this news article is from Live Science, talking about the asteroid Apophis. Again, this article's from Live Science, and it says demon asteroid the size of the Eiffel Tower to zoom past Earth Friday. So it says it zoomed past Earth Friday, March 5th, and be out of the planetary neighborhood until 2029. The space rock dubbed Apophis, which is an ancient Egyptian demon. I don't know why it has to be a demon. Yeah, as long as it don't come close enough to bother us, I don't know why it's got to be a demon, but okay. So it says it was first spotted in 2004 and we won't pose any danger to Earth during this week's flyby. It will travel past the planet at a little more than 40 times the distance from Earth to the moon. But scientists are using this week as a dress rehearsal for the asteroid's next pass on April 13th, 2029, when Apophis will get as close to Earth as some of the highest orbit satellites. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, I'm thinking, I was just thinking about the satellites and will they knock any satellites out the sky in 2029? But because it said it could get it's going to be as close as the highest satellites. Yeah. Okay, so Apophis in 2029 is going to be a really incredible observing opportunity for us. Marina Brazovic, a radar scientist at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in California, told Live Science's sister site, Space.com. But before we get to 2029, we are preparing. Apophis is 1,120 feet wide and made of rock, iron, and nickel. It is probably shaped roughly like a peanut, though astronomers will have a better idea of its form when it passes by Earth this week, according to NASA. The asteroid takes a full orbit around the sun about every 11 months. On March 5th, it will come within 10,471,577 miles of Earth at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. That's too far to be seen with the naked eye, but scientists will use planetary radar to image Apophis as it flies by using NASA's Goldstone Deep Space Communications Complex in California and the Green Bay Telescope in West Virginia. They hope to determine the asteroid's shape and learn more about the way it rotates. We know Applefish is in a very complicated spin state. It's sort of spinning and tumbling at the same time. This planetary radar study will provide researchers a baseline for the much closer flyby in 2029, when Applefish will get as close as 19,800 miles to Earth. That's close enough that Earth's gravity might change the shape of the asteroid or scatter the boulders on its surface. How and if the asteroid changes as it flies will help reveal details about the asteroid's inner structure. At its closest approach in 2029, Applefish will be briefly visible to the naked eye over the Western Australia, growing as bright as the stars in the Big Dipper. It will be closest to Earth at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on April 13, 2029, when it will be over the Atlantic. An ocean it will cross in only an hour. The asteroid will cross over the United States by 7 p.m. Applefish is named after an ancient Egyptian demon who personified chaos and evil, largely because astronomers initially calculated that there was a 3% chance the asteroid could impact Earth on its 2029 flyby. They've now shown that the asteroid won't collide with the Earth in 2029, nor on its next pass in 2036. There's still a slight chance that the asteroid could hit Earth in 2068. But the 2021 and 2029 flybys should give astronomers more information with which to calculate Applefish's future. Wow. Could hit the Earth in 2068? Man. And this asteroid is the size of the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower. Think about that. This is a humongous asteroid. Man. Yeah, that's why we have to get our space technology up to par, because something like that, like a humongous asteroid, if they were to try to blow it up and it's too close to the Earth, then you always have problems with big fragments and pieces still raining down on the Earth. And instead of just one big asteroid, then you got a bunch of small asteroids hitting the Earth all together. Probably cause more damage because it'd be more spread out. And you know, I think the only thing to be that could that we could possibly do is like explode an asteroid way far out in space when it's still like millions of miles out, you know, which we ain't got. I don't know, we don't have that technology, I don't believe. They have to be so close to Earth that by the time we explode it, you know what I'm saying, with the technology we got now, it would have to be too close to us, which is, man, that's something to think about. Yeah, I hope the whole calculations of that thing change up before 2068, because that's crazy, man. That's what wiped out the dinosaurs, a big ass asteroid. 2068, that's not, you know what I'm saying, that's not real far off, you know. We're not talking about millions of years from now. That's crazy. People still wondering, well, why are they going to Mars? Why they want a colony on Mars? You know, yeah, it's always for something, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're really trying to, but that's always been a possibility of a asteroid hitting Earth. And usually when something hit Earth, any asteroids, anything, it usually is so small, it really, you know, it can't do any kind of significant damage or anything like that. But you know, we never had to worry in our modern times about a giant asteroid hitting us. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, skip that. Enough of the doom and gloom. Yeah, look at another story. Okay, when you see a ship fly, you know you might have had a little too much of the drink. But in this case, a guy actually saw a ship fly and he took pictures of it. And this story is from CBS News. You know, this is crazy. But they explain it, which is kind of weird because they're talking about the weather, and I'm like, okay, let's get into it. A man says he was stunned to look out to sea from a village in Cornwall in southwest England and see a giant ship seemingly suspended in midair over the water. It wasn't his eyes deceiving him, but a rare weather phenomenon that causes the optical illusion. BBC News meteorologist David Brain explained that what David Morris had captured with his camera lens wasn't levitation, but a superior image caused by conditions more typical in the frigid Arctic than off the English coast. David Brain. Just like just like David Blaine, the magician, you know. But his name is Brain instead of Blaine. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that flying ship though. That's just yeah. When you see the picture, you're like, nah. How's this weather though? This is crazy. Let's see. Superior mirages occur because of the weather condition known as a temperature inversion, where cold air lies close to the sea with warmer air above it, Brain said. Since cold air is denser than warm air, it bends light towards the eyes of someone standing on the ground or on the coast, changing how a distant object appears. Previous sightings of ghost ships around the world may well have involved the illusion, but the stark images captured by Morris seem to be some of the clearest examples of the superior mirage to date. Brain said that while in this instance the phenomenon made the ship appear to float over the water, sometimes an object below the horizon can become visible, casting objects that would otherwise be invisible into someone's sight almost like a giant mirror. That would be that would make for some great magic tricks. Yeah, but it really looked like that ship was floating in the air. So I mean, yeah, they say it was weather causing a optical illusion, and hey, well, I believe them, but man, your eyes can be deceiving in that case right there. You can see a ship just floating in the air. That's crazy. Yeah, wow, Marvel's coming out with the Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yeah, that seems like that's gonna be real good. Those are two big characters from the Marvel universe. It's good to see they have something together on that. Looks pretty tight. I think I might be in for that one. I have to watch that one. Let's see. We got another story from CNN talking about the world's first space hotel, and yeah, the world's first space hotel. Those are open in 2027. Man, that's not long. That's kind of ambitious. So 6 years from now, they're gonna open up a hotel in space. The world's first space hotel. I don't know, man. I don't know. That seemed pretty quick. Let's see. It says, get into this. Okay. It says if you're daydreaming of future travels while stuck at home during the pandemic, why fantasize about the beaches of Bali or the canals of Venice, where vacationing in space could be in your future? Back in 2019, Californian company the Gateway Foundation released plans for a cruise ship style hotel that could one day float above the Earth's atmosphere. Then called the Von Braun Station, this futuristic concept, comprised of 24 modules connected by elevator shafts that make up a rotating wheel orbiting the Earth, was scheduled to be fully operational by 2027. It's pretty cool. The world's first space motel. In a recent interview with CNN Travel, Lin Kao explained there have been some COVID-related delays, but construction on the space hotel is expected to begin in 2026, and a sojourn in space could be a reality by 2027. That's why I said that seemed kind of fast, because they say that the construction on a hotel is expected to begin in 2026. So if they just begin the construction in 2026, how would they already be finished and moving people in 2027? That's only 1 year. If it's a motel here on Earth, I would expect them to take more than a year to finish it. If it's a large motel, you know what I'm saying, when they have those big, large skyscraper type motels, you know what I'm saying, it takes time. But you're going to finish everything in 1 year and already be moving people in. I don't know, man. I don't think a year is long enough to have something soundly and safely built out in space. I'm talking about a space motel you only built in 1 year's time. I don't know. I guess I'm just a critic on that one, man. But I'm not saying it wouldn't happen. The only thing I'm saying is I just don't think it happened within the timeline that they said. Pretty sure they could get it done, but after they started, they'd be like, it won't be finished within a year. And they'd be like, oh, due to delays or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's going to take a little bit longer. But yeah, I don't see everything getting done in 1 year. Going out in space, building a structure with only 1 year time, and it's already ready for people to start moving in. Nah, it wouldn't even sound safe to me like that. That sounds like something thrown together. I'll be like, nah, yeah, I threw that together too quick, man. Something go wrong? No thank you. Let's see, it's saying, we're trying to make the public realize that this golden age of space travel is just around the corner. It's coming, and it's coming fast. Renderings of what the hotel might look like suggest an interior not dissimilar to a luxury earthbound hotel, just with some pretty spectacular out of this world views. I would think so. I think if you look out the window, see all out in space and everything, see down to the earth, see that round blue ball just floating around in space, it had to be something. So it's a real good idea. When the initial designs premiered a couple of years ago, Tim Alatorre, senior design architect at Orbital Assembly Corporation, told CNN Travel the hotel's aesthetic was a direct response to the Stanley Kubrick movie 2001: A Space Odyssey, which he called almost a blueprint of what not to do. Yeah, the way they plan to have it set up and looking, I mean, it looked like it's going to be really nice. Yeah, so, and with that, my friends, I think I'll end it on that note. Yeah, I went a little, I was about to say I went a little long tonight, but I really haven't. Got to get back at the work thing in the morning, so I'm gonna have to cut it out at this time. Wish I could be a little bit longer with y'all. Oh, I know, but I gotta get that rest in. So, yo, check it. Till next time, my friends. Y'all be blessed and peace.